Hey guys, this is Matt for Creative. You may have seen pictures before this video. Those are pictures that I took with this camera. This is the Canon AE-1 program. This is my new favorite camera, and I don't mean film camera, I just mean literally camera out of all my professional, semi-professional, all the cameras that I have more over there. But it's literally become my favorite camera for allowing me to change the way that I take photographs. Now, I've been shooting photos, making videos professionally for about 10 years. This is the first time where I've had to restrict myself and to think really, really more about my composition, and that I only have 36 frames to actually get things done, and to make sure that things just look good and presentable and that they work in 36. Because with these cameras, like this is the Canon M6 Mark II, you can get off like literally 30 pictures in about 2 seconds. Just flash everything off, and I pick and choose. I look and see, I got my subject in there. Imagine me as my own subject, getting it, just making sure to check, and I shoot in RAW, so I have a huge latitude over like the highlights, the brightness, the shadows, the blacks, everything. I have a huge latitude on there, and I was really kind of used to shooting automatic. I love aperture priority, like that big, that blurry background behind a subject or something, even landscapes like that. And I was always up for shooting as much as I could, finding the one that I like, and then processing that in RAW. Again, having huge latitudes where, if I got this way too contrasty, I can pull those shadows and I can find that detail in there. But when you shoot in film, you have to make sure that, hey, if there's a shadow there, you're not recovering from that shadow. For me, I shoot in automatic as much as I possibly can because I like to think as little as possible and just shoot. This is one of my first manually focusing cameras, so that's something that I'm finding is another restriction, and in a way and not in a way kind of helps with my photography and the look of things, because having something tack sharp is something that I have been slowly trying to move away from, because it's not about having something tack sharp, because there's always going to be a camera with more megapixels, better glass, just more picture quality. And it's not something that I like to use because I don't like using gigantic cameras. I want something as small as I possibly can hold. And for me, it's just these mirrorless cameras, and this camera is just like on the borderline of being kind of weighty enough and functional enough where I can find, I can actually use it to take photos. But I don't know, this may be a tangent here, but finding something with a manual focus means you are not going to be able to get this 100% of the time. I just focus on the back screen here where I'm kind of viewing myself, and it's never going to be perfect. It is never going to be perfect. And a lot of people may look at film photography and think the grain is really what you're going for, just so you know that people know that it is a film photograph. But for me, it may even be something I start doing with my digital cameras. I think it's all about the lack of really tactile focusing. Again, I know that if you're looking for the sharpest photo, you're going to go in a different direction. But for me, moving away from that tack sharp, finding and being able to shoot somebody's portrait, and it almost feels organic in the way that I was trying to get the eye, trying to get everything focused properly, and then not 100% succeeding. It just feels more alive than something that's just tack sharp. I've taken 1,000 photos and it just kind of is there. I don't know how to describe it. I'm literally trying to go over this right now. This is why I do these one takes, just to kind of get things off my chest, just to make sure that I am talking about this and kind of organizing my thoughts while talking about this. But I love the feel of it. I love the restriction, and again, this is going to change the way I do photography with other things. 36 frames, once you're done, that's it. And I use a Portra 800. For me, I'm learning the first roll that I did was a little bit dark. I'm now going to be overexposing. That's not going to be in the images that you saw. That was like shot at 800, not overexposed. But I shoot because this camera does not have a flash, and I like to shoot in low light and not really have to think about it. I'm okay with the grain, but just trying to get this right. Portra 800 is $18.95. That's expensive. Processing it in a way that I really do like it at a place called Sammy's, $20 for one roll, $40, so it is almost $1 a picture to get this developed, to shoot and develop this film. That is gonna be a lot, and something you cannot overly do. Right now, I'm testing out the camera, looking for models, looking for people to kind of like test skin and see how I can like adjust my settings, but I love it. I've already developed 3 rolls, 2 from this camera and 1 from a secret other film camera that I have here that I'll show you in a second, or maybe no, in another video. But I've fallen in love with it. I really like doing this, and the way that it makes me think about things more, I fully recommend this. Even if you just have a little point and shoot camera, and I've had many of them, and for whatever reason, I never wanted to use it because I was like, oh, this is just cheap glass. I'm not gonna get a good picture. I've shot so many disposable cameras and just regular point and shoots that you can swap the film in and out of. I've never developed anything. Never even thought, I was like, no, I'm not gonna spend this money. It's not gonna be good. It's just something I don't wanna do, until I got this camera, and this is something that has changed the way that I have shot. So guys, if you are a photographer and you've never tried film, take it from somebody who's been in your shoes for like 10 years, over 10 years. Get a film camera. If you cannot find one or afford one of these, get literally just a point and shoot camera. There's like this bundle from B&H where it's $32.99. You get 2 black and white 400 speed films and a point and shoot camera with a battery, so the flash works. $32.99. It's an amazing deal. I would say get that. I'm not sponsored by them, but get that because it's just such a convenient thing just to get yourself on, hey, this costs money to do. You can't just shoot freely. Like, be more invested in it. And this is going to change the way I just do things going forward. But guys, I'm just starting out here with film photography. I've been doing instant film photography for a very long time, just because take the photo, it processes instantly, and then you're all set. But for this is just a little bit more professional, and it's what I want to be shooting professionally within the next 3 months. Alright guys, if you have any comments or questions, put everything in the comment section below. Don't forget I'm on Instagram at m8b9. You can email me at matt8b9@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. This is going to be cool if you watch this back to back. I'm cutting this and starting the next video.